Exciting news, I've got the donor bike for the S600 build. This is a 1998 CBR 1100 XX Blackbird. I wanted this, pretty much this exact bike for a few reasons. I wanted to keep it Honda, just for the lineage of the car for one thing, but just these older, well, all Honda motorbikes really are just really good, reliable, well thought out, well built things. I wanted 1100 because I wanted the inline 4 configuration and I wanted as big as I could get. You know, CBR 600, great bikes, same with the thousands, but I figured the 1100 is going to be the biggest. It's probably going to have like the strongest internals and gearbox and just componentry inside, which is, you know, probably going to help the longevity of this thing, being that it's going to be powering a car. I'm pretty sure, and I'll get checked on this, I'm sure, but these were either the fastest or the most powerful, maybe both, I'm not sure, production bike in the world for a time. I believe Suzuki sort of specifically made the Hayabusa to beat this, at least that's what you hear. So yeah, it's like I say, it's an inline 4 1100 cc carbureted, which is important for my build because the car is so small. There's really very limited vertical space underneath the bonnet, and from everything I've seen, the injected bikes, the injection plenum comes up, so it comes out of the engine and then up, and I just don't think I've got the room for that. If you're watching this video, you've probably heard of and seen Superfast Matt's videos. He has done, well, very similar thing to what I'm wanting to do. I think he's put a CBR 1000 motor in his, yeah, I think he's got a BMW in his land speed record, but yeah, I think he's got a CBR 1000, which is an injected thing, and he's had to cut a hole in the bonnet, which is all very California hot rod, but you can't get away with that sort of stuff here in Australia. So I've gone with the carbureted because they come out sideways a bit more, and you know, I like carburetors, and I think it'll suit the car better. You know, obviously they don't make as much power, but that's not really what this build is about. You may be looking at this bike and thinking it doesn't look like a CBR 1100 XX, and it doesn't. The bloke I bought it off, who was a lovely chap, a couple of hours away from me, him and his family are moving overseas, so they were just getting rid of, you know, all their toys and stuff like that they didn't need. He wanted this bike to be and feel narrower and smaller because the fairings on these things are fairly significant. It's a big reason why these bikes are actually surprisingly cheap, is because a lot of people think they're ugly. It's just a sort of fashion of the time, I suppose. So he has sort of cobbled together different bikes. Like, this is not the original seat, these aren't the original guards, it doesn't have the front shroud or cowling, the big side panels are all taken off. He's sort of gone for a naked look. And yeah, that's what he wanted to do. So I got it for a really good price. I paid 1400 Australian for this, and yeah, it's really exactly what I needed, because aesthetically, like, it's a bit rough around the edges, like some of this fit up doesn't quite work, you know. So if you're looking for a neat bike, aesthetically this is not that, but mechanically it starts and runs beautifully. I can't ride it because it's had a failure in the brake system, and it has no brakes front or rear. I have taken it for a little run up and down the road, just to check that the gears all work and that everything feels and sounds right, but yeah, you literally just got to roll to a stop, which is scarier than it sounds. Even from like 30 or 40 k's an hour, it's pretty unpleasant. So we won't be doing any of that. I'm gonna, in this video, just be disassembling this thing and pulling everything that I think I need off it. I'll be keeping everything until the project's done, just in case there's some unthought of nut or bolt or fastener, or I don't know, something that I might need, a sensor or something. I've never worked on a road bike before. I've done plenty of work on dirt bikes and bicycles. I've never worked on a road bike. I don't even know if this thing has a fuel pump in it or if it's gravity fed. I'll be taking the tank off, obviously, and seeing what sort of sender setup it has. If it does have a fuel pump, and it will have a sender, like a fuel level sensor in there, I'll be taking all that out, and I'll be taking the fuel pump if it does have one. And I'll be making my own aluminium fuel tank for the car. But just even stuff like the fuel tank, yeah, it's all going to be kept until the project's done. If anyone out there, the bloke that bought it off was really kind. He gave me all the fairings off it. He gave me just some other stuff that he had lying around. Like I say, they're moving out of the country, so I've got the fairings for it, which are of no use to me. So if there's anyone out there that has a 98 CBR 1100XX, let me know. And yeah, I'll grab the camera off the tripod. I'll give you a quick walk around the bike, have a look at it. We'll start it up so you can hear it. And then, yeah, we'll, I guess, drain the coolant and start pulling things off. I don't even know where to start. I'll just start pulling plastics off, I guess, and the tank. And then I haven't really looked at it. I assume the motor is a stress member of the frame, so the motor might... couldn't find a joiner link. Maybe road bikes don't have them because they're putting out 3 times the horsepower of a dirt bike. I don't know. Maybe it does have them and I just couldn't see it, but I couldn't find it. So we cut. Okay, so I've got, I think, nearly everything off that I need to get off. So the next big part is to drop the engine out. So I think what I'm going to do is chock a bunch of timbers up underneath the sump of this thing and support the engine, unbolt the bike off the engine, and then I think what I'll do is I'll reach over the top with the forklift with the sling for the handlebars, peel the bike up and off the engine. I think that's about the easiest way. I don't have anyone here to help me to sort of lift the engine out, so to speak. Probably weighs, I don't know, 150 kilos at a guess. I don't know. So it's more than heavy enough for me to use mechanical assistance. So I think that's what I'm going to do, and I think that'll work. So I'll get into that now and we'll see what happens. It'll work or it won't. Let's get into it. G'day everyone, just real quick, just sort of want to apologise for the quality of the audio on that one. I didn't really plan on doing all of this on that day. I just sort of went out into the shed and got into it. And so I didn't have my microphone charged up on the day, as it turns out. So there was a lot of talking in there that didn't make it into the cut, and the talking that did make it, the audio is pretty bad. So you can tell the video is a little bit all over the place. So I'm sorry about that, but anyway, it's done now. I'm happy to have at least documented pulling it apart, so that's good. Coming up soon, I've actually found another S600 locally to me that I'm going to buy, so that'll be happening soon. I'll get that and then see what is what with that and what to do. And on top of that, we'll be modifying the suspension components that I've got for this chassis to fit, and start trying to get the pieces together to start, building a car. So thanks for watching. If you did watch, I appreciate it. It all helps. And yeah, I will see you in the next one. Cheers.